It's time for grassroots racers and fans to gather round. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show. And thanks for joining us for our landmark 40th season. We are your destination for news and interviews within the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, and from the world of motorsports. The Racing Roundup Show is America's longest running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience. You still have time to join the racing crowd for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey gang, how are you? We're coming to you live from Slinger Super Speedway on this Tuesday evening. Thanks for joining us. This is the DeAndrews Construction Roadshow at the 45th Slinger Nationals. Got a couple of hot shots, three of them actually sit next to me that are competing here this evening. I'd like to thank our friends at DeAndrews Construction, Oak Creek Automotive, and Keith's Marina for sponsoring this program. We're live at the front gate of the Big To Do. It's the big deal. The Slinger Nationals only happens once a year, and we're so happy you can join us here on the Racing Roundup Show on this Tuesday evening. Make sure you join us on our Saturday TV show. You might see these same guys pop up again this Saturday. Every Saturday morning, 11:30 on CW18 Milwaukee. We have a TV program called The Racing Roundup Show as parts of our Tuesday program. Showcases and highlights some of the drivers and news we have for you each week, so we hopefully get more people to the track, and they're filing in, so you still got time to join us here at Racing Roundup headquarters inside the main gate. Right inside the gate, as qualifying has just concluded for the super late models competing in the Slinger Nationals this evening. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show. I'm Jim Trado, hanging out with some studs. We just got done with qualifying for the 45th running of the Slinger Nationals. I've got Ryan Farrell next to me. He's in the show. Levon Vandergeest in the show. Jesse Bernhagen, he is going to be up front no matter what. Guys, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
It is great to be here and not prepping for the last chance race for the first time in a few years for me.
So how much of a relief is that, knowing that we're 2/10 first to 16th locked in on time and about 4/10 of the entire field?
Well, how about you guys?
Yeah, it was overwhelming sitting down there waiting. We didn't know how many cars were left, and you're doing the math, and finally we were figuring out that me and Ryan were qualified right.
Yeah, we were
on
right next
top
to
of
each
each
other.
other.
We were getting ready to figure out how to block everybody for the money had we made the invert.
Yeah.
The track kept getting quicker, so it kind of ruined our plans.
It was a very fast track and a very fast session. Weather moved in the area, and they said, hey, by the way, guys, get ready to qualify. No more talking to anybody. Get in your cars. We're going to line them up and go. Levon, what was it like for you today, prepping yesterday, prepping today, and all of a sudden being told, thinking time's over. Time to act. Get in line. We got to qualify.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. We have so much time to practice and stuff, but it still seems like it comes up fast. We went back and forth with the car yesterday. Today it was pretty good all day, but, you always feel like it could be a little bit better, especially when you're racing against some of the guys that are here. So we kept working on it. I feel like we got a really good car. I was lucky to qualify last. I think the track did speed up. So that was good, and I think we got a good long run car for the show too. So I'm excited to see what it does.
It's all live streamed on Racing America. The live stream is going to showcase all these drivers. 28 super late model drivers attempted to qualify. 3 of them are sitting with us that are in the show. Thank you guys again for so much for joining us. I want to go back to Levon for one more question. You're wearing that hat. It's kind of cool. Alan Kowicki was a track champion here. Alan Kowicki won the Slinger Nationals here before becoming a NASCAR champion and Hall of Famer. You're representing the Kowicki Driver Development Program at this track. You've got a job this year, all year, but how special is it knowing you're back on the turf that Alan kind of helped cut his teeth on before he became a NASCAR champion?
And it's really cool. It was cool last year, but all the stuff that I learned last year about Alan, and I got to see how he affected all the guys that are in the program, how cool of a guy he really was, and the fact that he won the 1981 Slinger Nationals, the second ever, to run in his legacy here is really special, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
A University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee engineering student. Alan graduated from there in engineering. It's a big deal as well to not just have that lineage, but carry that process through.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like me and him have a lot of similarities. The engineering degree and a lot of the stuff I hear about him is kind of reminds me of. I like to be hands-on on the car during the day. But yeah, it's really special. He's a great guy to look up to and try to follow in his footsteps.
That's Levon Vandergeest, Ryan Farrell to my near side, Jesse Bernhagen on the other side of Levon. You guys are all hands-on. Ryan, how important is it knowing what Levon talked about, one champion, but the list of drivers, list of champions that have won the Slinger Nationals, and now you're among the midst of, maybe it's Ryan Farrell's time to join the name of the list.
Well, that would be a big surprise. That would be
to who?
You might as well just close the gates. We're all partying until tomorrow if that happens. We'd have to make a couple big adjustments for that. It is kind of like the dream of like going to NASCAR. That's kind of just not even a thing anymore. The dream is to compete and be a factor in this race. So for me, this is a house of horrors for me. It's my favorite place, man. This is like Bill Ostovich is standing right here. I got to call him out. There's a lot of people. I learned to race here.
Yeah.
And it's been really frustrating for me coming here and struggling. And I see these guys coming from other parts of the country. They come here and they run great. In my home track, I kind of just flat out stink at it. And so after all that disappointment, it's nice to make the show. Now we're going to work on a long run. We've had good long run cars here, but qualifying's been my nemesis. So we'll see where we go from here. We'll run the numbers, Kowicki style, get the loads in the shocks, look at the tires, see what we can do from here.
Engineer here as well. A guy who knows every inch of his race cars on the end here, Jesse. You've been here as a late model star. You just kicked their tail last year with the car that you and I spoke about on this show in the past about not a lot of changes, a proven product. Now you're racing against these studs in super late model racing, and you guys are up to that challenge. How much work did you guys put in, and how important is it to run well here for you guys and your family, knowing what's on the line? Lots of money and prestige.
Yeah, so last year it was great, right? Nothing could go wrong. It didn't seem like we could have a stagger a half inch off, and it didn't matter. We were going to go out there and run top 3. This year, we learned really quick that super late models are not like that. And the last couple of weeks, we've had some brake issues, and we've been trying to figure that out. So we tore the car apart. That would have been Sunday. We sat in the shop all day Sunday, went back to the drawing board, put the setup in that we qualified 4th with back at the ASA race, and it paid off. We made the show, and I feel like we have a good long run car. Everything feels like it did back at that ASA race, and that race I just got myself in a little bit of trouble about halfway through, and then we lost power steering. So as long as everything can stay under us, I think that we should have a good top 10 chance.
I want to further emphasize how important this race is, but also who is the we on that team? Who helps you along the way here, Jesse? Amongst the people, it's not a long list, but it's an important list of folks, including yourself.
Yeah, so my dad is that's where the shop is. He'll spend just about every night out in the shop working on it, and then I come home on the weekends. My crew guys are Ken and Evan. Evan, we actually met. I teach high school, and he was one of my former students, and he kind of got involved. He one day he was just sitting in class, and he's like, "Hey, do you ever play iRacing?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do this stuff, and I like racing." And so I said, "Well, cool, come check it out." So
yeah.
he's been palling around with us for a long time, and he's doing a great job, learning quick. And our other guy, Ken, he started back in there was a technical program out of Ohio that was going to offer a scholarship to somebody who helped out racing. And he hopped on that way, and he's been with us for the past 15 years. And really today it was me, Ken, and Evan on the super late model. Dad was helping Drew in the late model, and just kind of doing what we can with a little bit.
That's so cool. Levon Vandergeest, your dad raced, you're going to race. In between all that was the Weinkauf brothers working with your dad and saying, you know what, when Levon comes along, we want to jump in early. You've been around these two racing brothers for a long time. Who's the core group on your team?
Yeah, the Weinkaufs are a really big part of it. I owe a lot of my success to those guys. They were great mentors to me as I was coming up through the ranks, especially in the truck series and everything. And then I also got a really great group of guys aside from that too. Ben DeBrew, Quinton Tomachik, Jake Broche, Emily Broche, Jacob Roosh. We just have a lot of guys that help me out in the shop and kind of cycle throughout the year. We always have good help at the track, so I'm really thankful to have that. I know a lot of guys don't have that, but yeah, I'm really thankful to have that.
3 Wisconsin drivers have a very core crew. They are really good. They'll race at a short track near you. Ryan, you've got the secret weapon. Justin Kane as one of the guys on the car. I think he sleeps in the car. Does he do that, or
no,
am I
he
just
goes
thinking
home.
that?
That's a false rumor. That is not true. He does go home. He has a bed. It is not the 80 car, believe it or not.
Who else is on that car working as hard as he does?
Well, I can't name them all. It's actually that's a great problem to have. But I got to shout out to Terry Patno and his daughter Chrissy Clausen. I called her Chris Patno one time. That's no longer her name. They help out a ton. They helped out with all the tires. This is the reason I'm thinking of them the most today is the tire situation here is like panic mode, and everybody was struggling with stagger, but I didn't. I had no problem. My guys were good. So great work to them. So I'll give them a shout out for now.
So if you can't join us tonight, which we understand, if you're watching this show on Saturday on CW18, it's okay. This racetrack, Slinger Super Speedway, races every Sunday night. These 3 drivers race all over the Midwest, especially here in Wisconsin. You'll see Jesse racing here at Slinger. You'll see Levon racing at Slinger. You see Ryan Farrell racing at Dells Raceway Park and other races. But this special race is something you need to experience. The Slinger Nationals only happens once a year, the second Tuesday in July. We encourage you to join us for the races. We want to ask the fans that are assembled around us here at the front gate. Give a big hand to these guys. Ryan Farrell, Levon Vandergeest, and Jesse Berge. Guys, thanks a lot for all your efforts and getting in the show and spending some time with us.
Great to be out here with you and not in there worried about making the show. So.
Absolutely. We're having a great time here on the Racing Roundup Show. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundup.show.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Add value and beauty to your home or commercial property with professional landscaping from Central Services Company, Incorporated. The team at Central Services is their personal choice of over 45 years of satisfied customers in Southeast Wisconsin for landscape design, construction, and grounds maintenance. Call Central Services at 262-548-0005 for all your landscaping and lawn care needs. No job is too large or too small. From lawn fertilization and weed control to award-winning landscape construction and building your backyard patio oasis, Central Services is your full-service landscape company. Call the experts at Central Services at 262-548-0005 for a free, no-obligation consultation at your home or business. Find out why Central Services can provide you with the visual difference in the art of landscaping and lawn care. Call 262-548-0005. Central Services, the visual difference in landscaping.
For your next purge or project, go with the pros. Source Services. Champion driver and Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Famer Dan Source founded Source Services in 1988 with one truck, one employee, and a tireless work ethic. Through the dedicated work of Dan and his employees, Source Services LLC is Southeastern Wisconsin's leading waste container rental company. Dropped and picked up by professionals, you can rent a dumpster for up to 60 days. Source Services sorts and recycles to reduce the amount of waste going into landfills. Go with the pros at sourceservices.com.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club Points Racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
Walter Inc. is hiring. Walter is on a mission to move, store, and power the world more efficiently. Walter is a rapidly growing forklift distributor and is currently seeking skilled technicians to repair forklifts, industrial batteries, generators, and beyond. Apply today at walterinc.com/careers. Walter is looking for mechanically inclined individuals to join the racers that work there. Become part of a team that is connected like family and committed to making an impact. Discover open technician positions and more at walterinc.com/careers.
And now to Cruise Alaska with Making Memories Travel next September. Enjoy an unforgettable 7-day Alaskan cruise from Vancouver on the Norwegian Jade. Juneau and Hubbard Glacier are just two of the cities that await you. Hike up snow-capped mountains and witness majestic whales splash in the Pacific. Then come back on board to catch an amazing show, followed by a starlit stroll on the top deck. Taking views, all the amenities, all the memories. Cruise Alaska. Contact Mark at Making Memories Travel today.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our Racing Roundup Show live at the Slinger Nationals, the 45th running of the Cobblestone Hotel Slinger Nationals, presented by Lynch Buick GMC of West Bend and Miller Lite. It's a big deal. 44 prior runnings, including the 1980 race, was won by Pat Schauer. Looking forward to seeing Larry Deachens. I'm sorry, Larry Deachens won the first one. Second one was won by Alan Kowicki. We got an Alan Kowicki door sitting right over here that was raced here in the 1980 Slinger Nationals, believe it or not. 4 feature wins, 4th in the Nationals. As the door will show you later, I promise. I'm teasing you now. But our Mark Goodman owns that door, and we've had it on the show before, but it's kind of cool to see that connection come to life with our next guest on the show. I want to thank our guests, our sponsors for this portion of the program, D'Angelo's Construction on the Road Show program, Oak Creek Automotive and Keith Springer bringing in the show, also Matt Rapina and the Rapina Group, Caldwell Banker Homesale Realty, as BMR Electric Carts in Random Lake. Thank you for your sponsorship and support of the program. We are hanging out at the front gate with a couple of stars. We're going to talk to right now here on the Racing Roundup Show And I'd like to remind you that join us on Saturday morning at 7:30 on CW18 to catch more of our show each and every Saturday on Milwaukee's CW18, home of the NASCAR Xfinity Series, in September for 7+ years to come. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. I'm Jim Trado, hanging out with the Slinger Nationals, and guess what? A lot's going on. Qualifying has concluded. We got some drivers that are hanging out with us, and one is going to be a busy. He races the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. He's won a championship here at Slinger, not only just the Slinger Nationals in 2021, but a track championship. Luke Fenhouse, welcome back to Slinger Speedway.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Glad to be back. Have another fast race car. I mean, obviously we qualified 7th, not the greatest, but you know, we're working on it, and you know, it's just been a weekend. We were really good yesterday. I thought we had one of the better cars, and now today it's kind of throwing us for a loop, and we still think we have a good race car. We just don't know how good it'll race. So we'll find out.
All right, qualifying 7th is horrible. Way back there. You cannot blink faster than the difference between 1st and 16th in this field.
Yeah.
And you're worried about 7th. You're like 0.0 some seconds off the fast time.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it's coming down to is these little minor mistakes and just the small hiccups matter so much nowadays in racing. And so with this new tire we're on, it makes things harder for the driver and just makes the crew chief harder too, because you got to have your stuff right and so good, because it seems to be lasting long each and every race. I think we're on the right note. We've a lot of we've just found a lot of stuff this weekend and went ways we never have went, and we've some stuff there. So we take what we can from that. Obviously, don't take all of it, and you learn from your mistakes. But I still think we have a good race car, and hopefully we're battling for 20,000 tonight.
20,000 to win, plus there's lap money, upwards of $14,000, maybe $19,000 in lap money. Every lap, some money. Fans are putting money in, putting money in. Your company sponsor, Sense, has a crazy idea. I don't know if you heard about this at all. You can sponsor a lap for $20 or however much you want. We don't know what lap yet. I don't think you know what lap yet, but Soda Sense, a Wisconsin company helping you throughout your entire run to NASCAR, is going to put $5,000 to lead a lap during the Slinger tonight. That's pretty cool.
Awesome. It's cool that no one knows about it either.
What lap?
Yeah. Just super excited about them being here today. Obviously, guys got them on board, and it's just a good weekend. They're at the racetrack. They've helped us for now the past couple of years. You know, they started with in 22, and we ran the whole season with them, and learned a lot through that process, and made big connections that now are even getting bigger. As the years go. So. It's a cool deal. It's a little weird, Ty and I have a connection, but at the end of the day, it's part of it. It's a business at the end of the day, and it's a great opportunity for Soda Sense to be known at the racetrack, be on national TV, be involved with Thor Sport Racing, and so putting all that together is really special, and hope to keep growing it and keep getting better.
It's a deep connection for Luke Fenhouse, a driver from Wausau, Wisconsin. It's about a half-hour drive from Slinger Super Speedway. But once you became Final 7 in the Quickie Driver Development Program, part of your cause was on Slinger Weekly. In 2020. That was a big deal. And guess what you did? Pretty good.
Yeah.
You won the track championship and you won the Slinger Nationals that year. But that work, that dedication has gotten to where you are now.
Yeah.
When you're rolling these now, you don't run every week anymore. What's it feel like going, okay, I had this place figured out.
Yeah.
Now what's the challenge, right?
Yeah, we had such a notebook. Not only here at Slinger, but last year we won 4 races at the Hills, in Madison. So we built a notebook, we ran on that tire for, a lot of years. And so you take those things you learn on that old tire and you build a notebook. And so that's what we got really good on that tire. And we got really good here, running here every Sunday. I think we had all but one time, and so you take things and you learn from it, but now throwing this new tire, and it's just way different. It's way different. The adjustment to it is different. What we're running, I tried my old stuff from last year, the first 3 races of the season, and it just didn't work. So we everything what we had in kind of a way, and you kind of got to take a new look at everything and learn some different things. That's what we're doing. I mean, we've struggled, this year, probably a little bit more than what we wanted, but we've learned a lot too. And so take that to Kaukauna and places like here, down south if we go there. That's what I'm looking forward to. And yeah, so I'm happy to be here, happy to be at Internationals. This is one that's on every list, and it's a race to be, and so hopefully we can end up running one.
As Wisconsin fans, we got to knowing that Luke Fenhaus's finish last year in the Orca Menards East was a big deal. The year before, winning the Cars Pro Stock Championship was a big deal. This year, the thought was, what are we going to do now? You got your chance to race in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. We knew about 2 of them. Gateway in St. Louis already happened. We knew about one that's upcoming at IRP, Indianapolis Raceway Park, but you're a busy guy. You see the show on CW18 in Milwaukee. You're going to be racing at Pocono Raceway in your truck race this weekend. How'd that come about, and how stoked are you to get another crack at this?
Well, it's awesome. It's an awesome opportunity. Obviously, everybody at Thor Sport Racing that makes it possible. Sense for being a big supporter in mine and making it possible. Without those guys, I wouldn't have that opportunity. And it really was a weird year. We weren't sure what we were gonna do, and the truck stuff was kind of mentioned, but at the same time, it takes a lot of money to do that, and that's just not within our budget on the labor side. So it's hard to come up with races, but it's a great opportunity. And my thing about going truck racing was not to just do it in not the best equipment, but to do it in good equipment and have good finishes and good runs. And that was the big thing. Was we went Gateway and great simulator sessions. Pocono was a good simulator session. And then you get there, Friday we practiced at Gateway and we were really good. I mean, we practiced 12th, and then I had a hiccup that ruined our day, most of our day Saturday.
Got a TV right. Got all the sponsors recognized with a by yourself and won.
Yeah.
But that was a crazy move you were making, so continue. I don't want to.
Yeah.
No. You rebounded nicely to a top 10.
No, that was the main part. We rebounded well, and we had a bad part of the early day. Screwed up on qualifying. I made a mistake before, and so you learn from those mistakes. Now we hope to go to Pocono and have a even better run. I backed it up with another top 10. New place to me. Another truck ride, and so it'll be my second race, and just looking forward to that. Hopefully we can have another great run and keep this going and add some more to the list.
Fans, he's going to be racing in NASCAR. Racing tonight at the Slinger Nationals. Give it up for Luke Fenhaus, buddy. Luke, thanks a lot for joining us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys.
Really appreciate it. Follow Luke Fenhaus Racing on socials. He's got it going on. He's going to try to win his second Slinger National special race every Tuesday, 2nd July. And it's brought to Cobblestone Hotels, and that's a very important sponsor. A lot of reasons. It lets us go racing for $20,000 to win. It also lets us for a chance to see Grant Griesbach race. Grant Cobblestone Hotels is a sponsor of yours. It's something pretty cool that we get a chance to do once a year. But you get to be your own Cobblestone Hotels like CEO. Is that your dad's title?
He is the CEO. He's told me that. He doesn't like to have a title. He told me there would all be one CEO of Cobblestone, and that was his partner that passed a couple years ago. So he's been filling in. He busts his tail as much as I might give him a little crap for it. He does bust his tail once in a while for it.
So who's been here at Slinger the last 2 years? Anyone? Been here more than once or twice? That's how long Grant Griesbach at age 22 has been racing here at Slinger Super Speedway. You got some variances. You got interest. You got some chances to race in a stock car at age 10 here.
Yeah, my first win here, 10 years old. I actually got one opportunity to run a 4-cylinder race when I was 9 on Labor Day weekend. So been here for most of my life. I've been here longer than I can remember. So it's one of those places that's addicting, and it's hard to leave. I tried to leave once or twice to race elsewhere, but all signs come back to Slinger Speedway.
Grant Griesbach races weekly at Wisconsin International Raceway. This year got a chance to race full-time in the traveling Midwest Truck Series. But there's nothing like the Slinger Nationals, is there?
Oh, for sure not. I was in the Lynch Motorsports 60 truck on Sunday, got fast time, and ended up with a second race run. But it's still spend the whole day there just looking over at my trailer thinking what could happen on Tuesday night.
What's it been like for you to progress through super late models most of the time, Kaukauna or Slinger, and then getting the truck opportunity to get some seat time just 2 nights ago? What's it been like for you this year?
I've honestly enjoyed it. I'm at the age where I feel like I got a lot of energy to race as I can, and I know no matter what you're in, it can't hurt, and you can only more about being in a race car. So right now I got the energy and the time to put it on my schedule, and I got a lot of great people around me that help make it all possible.
Who is part of your team tonight and for the season?
Casey Johnson's been behind a lot of our super late stuff. He's been here all day working on it. We've tried lots of different shocks, lots of different adjustments, and I feel like we got a better long run car than we did a qualifying car. All day on stickers, it's felt good. It just hasn't had the speed we've been looking for. So hoping to show it in a 200 lap run, and hopefully we get up front and stay there.
You've led laps here in the Slinger Nationals. You've had a chance to race up front. What is it? Now this weather's playing a little factor. Yesterday was hot and sticky. Today overcast and a little shower earlier. What are some of the variables you've got in your back pocket knowing this racetrack and what may happen when the weather changes like this?
It's not much we can do about the weather. It's still really unpredictable. It was supposed to be cloudy all day, and we had a sun out till 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And yesterday was supposed to rain, and it was sunny, and I got sunburnt. So you really never know. I know the track really cools down at night, and it only gets faster and grips up a little bit more. So it's kind of evens out. Longer run, 200 laps is a long time here at Slinger Speedway. So always plenty of time and a long break at halfway to make some adjustments to hit the winning combination for lap 190 through 200.
You got the veteran Casey Johnson, a 3-time Midwest Tour champion. Knows a lot about late models, but he's not in this. How is your communication going to come in those 10 minutes to get it right for the last half of the race?
I think it's pretty good. And working with him for the past, I can't even count the years, 3, 4. He almost reads my mind before I tell him what the car's doing. So he's that good at knowing what it's doing from sitting in the stands to sitting in the seat. So it's been really good working with him. He does trust me to, make the decisions on what I think where the car should be, but at the same time he gives very good input on what he sees and maybe stuff I can change to do better.
Speaking of not seeing things, I just saw a bagpipe through the front gate. We're hanging out here at the Slinger Nationals. We don't know what's going to happen. We know that's going to be a 200-lap race. We know you're locked in. It's going to be awesome to see you race. I asked one driver earlier what would it be like in this thing. He said, close the gates. We're going to be here way past closing time celebrating this one. What are your thoughts if you bag the one tonight?
I'm not sure. I feel like I'd be a bit of shock, and I do have off of work tomorrow, but I do have the white race on Thursday night up at WIR. So I got some time to party and take it in, and probably till tomorrow night, and then I still got to get another car loaded up and ready to go. So
great to see you here. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for involvement. And Grant Griesbach is one of the drivers that could say, you know what, it's my turn, it's my time. We wish you well tonight in doing that.
Thank you, Jim.
How about a big hand for Grant Griesbach, everybody? Thank you, Grant, for joining us on the show. Make sure you sign the Bob Trader sign right. We're taking a commercial break. We're live at the Slinger Nationals with the DeAngelis Construction Roadshow, brought to you by Oak Creek Automotive and Keith's Marina. Come on down and join us. We still got time. The big race is yet to come. We'll see you in a few minutes on the show.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And attention contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. And who doesn't like more cash? Find their full list of the materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in Wallace and Waukesha. If you have questions, give them a call. 414-321-4134. ARR Cycling since 1938.
Attention race fans. When you need expert tree trimming, or it's finally time for tree removal or stump grinding, there's only one name to call: Making the Cut. Fully insured arborists, Making the Cut has the knowledge and equipment to get the job done right in Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine counties. They specialize in removing trees from structures and offer 24/7 emergency storm service. You've probably seen the yard signs. Now it's your turn to request an estimate. Call 414-750-2525 or visit mtctree.com. Make the right call, race fans, when it's time for expert tree work in your yard. It's making the cut.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much. American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
Precise Auto and Truck Accessories is your one-stop shop when it comes to adding style and functionality to your vehicles. Owner and late model racer Mike Grunberg has 15 years of experience installing window tinting, cat skin leather, seat heaters and seat coolers. There's a million accessories available. Ladder racks, trailer hitches, detailing, remote starters, and more. Precise Auto and Truck Accessories in Wisconsin Dells is a WeatherTech Diamond dealer. Bring your vehicle to the trusted guy, Mike Grunberg at Precise Auto and Truck Accessories.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our program. It's brought to you in part by D'Angelo's Construction Road Show. We also know that's going to be part of what we're doing next Tuesday. We want to thank Bobby G, who's hanging out right here with us from Oak Creek Automotive. Let's give Bobby a hand. He supported this racetrack. He's deservedly in the Slinger Wall of Honor, and he's also part of our program. Thank you, Bobby and Sandy, for all you guys do to support racing in every level. They even got their name on a race car you wouldn't expect to see rolling around with Oak Creek Auto on the lower. Rich Pickle's got Oak Creek Automotive now sponsored on his race car. It's pretty cool. As does his nephew, Ryan Gutenecht, and others, Ryan Farrell included. We are here at the 45th annual Slinger Nationals, and the 40th running of the Slinger Nationals was 5 years ago. Well, the first one was in 1980. And in 1981, Alan Kowicki won the Slinger Nationals. In 1980, he finished fourth with this door on his race car. This signifies a lot to me and the next guest. This actually, the 97 LPX sponsorship, was put together by the originator of our show 40 years ago, Terry Jeffords. Terry was WLPX. He was the yellow 97 WLPX that Alan got to race with and take across the Midwest for a Milwaukee rock station. That was a big deal. Terry got involved with sponsorship, got Alan under the hood of the race car and engineering his own stuff to say, what do I need to do to go racing? I need money from other people. So WLPX was part of that. We are so happy that he made the trip here. He kind of makes it an annual trip, but more importantly, he's a friend of ours. He's a friend of racing. He's also, since 2014, taken on the shepherding of what is the Kowicki Driver Development Program. It's a lifelong cause, really, for Tom Roberts, who got this Kowicki kid in a conversation at Nashville in the All-American 400. He'll tell you the year. But to come full circle today, Tom Roberts is here representing the KDDP, and you're a racing fanatic still. It's such a pleasure to have you here, hanging out at one of my favorite joints. How about yours, Slinger Speedway?
Oh, mine too, Jim. You know, it's first of all, thank you so much for everything you do for short track racing.
I love it.
I love your show. I try to tune in, you know, on Tuesday nights, and especially when you have our drivers as the guests and everything. But every time that I come to this track, I always try to make it a point to just stand up at the top of the stands and just observe and think about all the history here. And for me personally, it goes back to like 83, 84, especially when I first started working with Bobby Allison, and I can remember so many great times with the Miller people, where we actually were on the upper end of the pit area.
Yep.
And cooking out brats and, having plenty of cold beer for any Miller products, of course.
Of course.
In there. And it was, always such a fantastic experience, and it still is. To this day, I go all over the country. Actually, I'm glad that I don't travel as much as I did back during the NASCAR days, but I try to do at least 7 races all across the country to see our finalists, and it seems like this is always one of them. And you have to experience. I tell everybody, you have to experience the Slinger Nationals, at least once. And once you come here, you'll be hooked. Unfortunately, during those years, I never did see Alan race here. Everybody who is familiar with the Kawicki story, they know what the record, they know what the statistics and everything here. But darn it, I wish that I would have had an opportunity to see Alan race here. But in some ways, when I see our guys, we have 2 finalists this year that are in
and
the field.
3 champions in this field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I do have a little bit of warm to the heart feeling that his presence is here, and he would really love what continues to happen here, and he certainly would be pulling for KDDP drivers, present and past.
First champion, Ty Majeski. Second champion, Alex Prunty. Then 2021, by all that success at Slinger, SRX, Slinger Nationals, Luke Fenhouse earned the right to be that year's Kawicki Cup winner. It takes a lot. It takes off track, takes on track. 7 drivers a year. That's all. It's 7 drivers are decided by a dedicated board. You go through the process. You whittle it down after hundreds of drivers apply. And we see the quality come out in these young drivers, don't we? Male, female, doesn't matter the track, doesn't matter the age. You guys have the hard choice of choosing what is ultimately the cream of those who want to put forth the effort and legacy of Kawicki and perform on the racetrack and win a bunch of races too.
True, and what's always set us apart from every other driver development program is that due to the Kawicki family, particularly Thelma, loving short track racing and really appreciating what Alan went through to get to the epitome, the highest of highs, for her to allocate funding for us to do this is it's extremely gratifying to be able to come and continuously see those dollars that we spend in stipend or in championship checks and everything, continuing Alan's legacy and his memory, and I've been truly, blessed. When I came off the NASCAR circuit, after 30 years.
Wait a minute, you got an award for the most consecutive NASCAR races attended as a PR guy for Miller Brewing and other sponsors. What was your streak?
Almost like I did 939 straight races working the Cup side. But when I came off, it was like, I went through a year. Fortunately, Penske offered me an opportunity. I could move from my beloved hometown of Alabama, Gunnersville, and I could have gone to North Carolina, and I could continued on in some capacity working for Penske. And when I said, nah, that's not for me, I don't think I want to live in Charlotte, Roger Penske and Walt and those guys, they paid me for 2 years, and I didn't have to really do anything for 2 years. So.
Well, thanks for that, because that got you thinking about what's the next chapter. We are now all benefiting from you saying, I want to step in, I want to help this. I said the word shepherding earlier. It is a heartfelt cause that you and others, Jeff and everybody that is involved, it's such a calling. Yep. You've got Paul Andrews helping you with that. You got Ryan Zeck, who was one of the kids that won the scholarship at UNC Charlotte as an engineering student as part of the board. There's a lot that you guys get to do that we get the benefit from, saying, who should we care about, what should we watch? And thanks to you guys, we get to continue on Alan's legacy, which is important to all of us.
Well, I appreciate that, Jim. And, just been a blessed guy. Really appreciate the race fans in this area. And, I can only imagine what Alan thinks when he's looking down, seeing the crowd here tonight, seeing his drivers, his logo out there, and me even sitting here.
What would he say? Okay, he's on the phone with you right now. You're not here. He is. What would he tell you? You've got a great way to say how he used to call you on the phone.
You know, honestly, would say maybe you need to go back inside and you need to pep the guys up, you know, just a little bit more instead of sitting there with Mr. Trito with a smile on your face.
Yeah. You might say, hey, go find out what Fenhouse's shocks are. If I ever run there again, I want to see what that setup is, right? I'm going to make a note of that.
Oh, absolutely. But I think that he would be very pleased and where our program has gone through the years. And, you know, it couldn't have been as successful as what it has been without people like you.
It's a cause, and it's a cause that will never stop. We got to keep doing it, right?
Yep.
How about a big hand for Tom Roberts, everybody? Thank you for joining us on the show. Kawicki Driver Development, look that up. The website, Tom, that's brand new design. What's the website? We can follow along everybody's throughout the years. What's the new website?
It's still KawickiDDP.com.
Perfect.
And we have all of the social media platforms, you know, going. So we're getting bigger and bigger, too. So really appreciate the support. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Tom Roberts. We're taking a commercial break live with the Slinger Nationals. Come on down and join us. The races are going on this evening as scheduled. No more rain in the forecast. We'll be right back with more of our show from the front gate of the 45th Slinger Nationals on a D'Angelo's Construction Road Show brought to you by Oak Creek Automotive and Keith Marina. We'll be right back.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
Automatic Transmission Design is located in Germantown, Wisconsin. They've been hard at work the last 15 years in perfecting the best performance racing transmissions and converters. The folks at ATD have made it possible to offer the best quality and most affordably priced winning components for off-road, drag racing, truck pulling, and circle track applications. ATD may not be the biggest or most famous company in the marketplace, but they have the will and put in that extra effort to provide you with the best products available. ATD's certified technicians go through a comprehensive quality checklist on every transmission and converter they build. Then it's tested on their in-house dyno. Only then is the product ready for shipment to the customer. ATD takes these steps to provide you with the best quality products every time. They are 100% guaranteed. Their no returns policy makes sure it's right the first time. The next time you need a performance transmission or converter, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Jiffy Lube has locations across Wisconsin to serve you. Visit jiffylube.com to locate your store and to find the latest coupons and promotional offers. You're greeted by a friendly and knowledgeable staff. Grab a water or coffee and know you and your vehicle are in good hands. Windshield wipers, new tires, and alignments are a few of the many services offered. Jiffy Lube proudly features Pennzoil. There's a whole lot more than no appointment drive-up oil changes at Jiffy Lube. Welcome to personalized car care. Wisconsin race fans, find your store at jiffylube.com.
Organize like the pros with Hefner Racing Products. Take your trailer to the next level. Upgrade your garage, streamline your shop. Whether you're tearing up the track or tackling home projects, Hefner Racing Products has you covered with the best made and widest variety of organizational accessories made right here in Wisconsin. Shop online now at hrpracing.com.
Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
Check out our website, RacingRoundupShow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. I want to thank our special sponsors, D'Angelo's Construction, for sponsoring this entire road show we've got going on. We're in the middle of a 3-show run. Next Tuesday, we're going to be live at Mukwonago, Wisconsin. The schedule information is on our website, RacingRoundupShow.com. We'll be at the Greenfield Gallery Car Show. Race cars, classic cars, starts at 6 o'clock on our air. The car show starts at 5. Greenfield Gallery is going to be our host next Tuesday, hanging out with you for an hour, hour and a half, whatever it may be, in a parking lot full of race cars. We're talking about Badger Kart Club's annual anniversary, 65 years. Badger Midgets will be represented. We've got a bunch of racers there, a bunch of cool cars hanging out with us as well. So come on down and join us next Tuesday for another D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow at the Greenfield Gallery. Info on our website, RacingRoundupShow.com. This is our show, hanging out with you at Slinger Super Speedway. Overcast sky, still short sleeve weather. Come on down and join us. Great track every Sunday, but this is the 45th Slinger Nationals, and we could not do this show here without our friends at Keith's Marina and our friends at Oak Creek Automotive for sponsoring the program. How about a big hand again for Bobby Gutneck. Bobby, thanks for joining us now, sitting next to me, not just over here hanging out with us. This is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Very cool.
Thanks for your involvement again for the show, getting involved as much as you are. What's it like coming year upon year as a fan, a competitor, and now someone who supports a bunch of these racers here for the Nationals?
Oh, it's always been a great time coming up here. I mean, like I said, we're kind of our hometown track. We're about 45 minutes south here where I live, but it's cool to see these younger guys starting to grow up, get more mature, really see what's going on. And of course, got my nephew who's getting better and better, it seems like. So I already qualified good, but broke something in the car. They're trying to weld something up right now. So
yeah, we were going to try to get him on the show, and I got the word that he's a little busy.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I
okay,
heard too.
no problem.
Yep.
Yeah. When it comes to racing, though, how much does that help your business, knowing racers want to support racers?
Oh, we have a lot of customers that come that way, and then you know, I don't want to call Bill a competitor, Bill Preachel a competitor because he's so far across town, but he did retire now, and he sent some of his customers down by me. So I was busy before, and now I'm just getting more busy.
You race when you can. You're not done yet.
I don't know.
All right. Well, that's my point. Is you never stop racing. Because look at this. On a Saturday night, you might be helping out at a dirt track with one of your sponsors.
Correct.
You might be at Ryan Farrell might be racing on a Thursday somewhere at Kaukauna. You're there.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of cool that you continue to support people. Is my point as a racer.
Yeah, I think it's next week, Wednesday. They have that big show at La Crosse, the Tom Refner show. So Ryan said he can't get his regular guys to go, so he asked me if I could take a part of a day off and go with him. So I guess I'm going to La Crosse for that race. It'd be cool. I always want to go just because I'm part of it, because I watched Refner race back in the day.
Yeah, Tom Refner passed away. There's a special race in his honor at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Look it up. I think it's the 17th of July. It's a midweek special, paying big money to win there. $20,000 on the line tonight for the super late model feature winner. But late model racing, which your nephew's a champion in, he's racing a little bit in supers. But this late model race, it's a big deal for these late model racers too, isn't it?
Definitely. Today, I mean, this is their crown jewel for the limited late models too today. So I hope we have a good run. The car's always been fast here, especially in the race mode. So I hope we have a good night with that car. And then, like you said, in the supers, I have Richie Bickle, I have Ryan Farrell, and then I have Johnny Sauter also. We sponsor him. So
that guy, yeah.
But he's got a little work to do. He's just got here about an hour before qualifying, got a couple laps of practice.
And I don't think it's just about getting here, not with a practice day. I think it's just about the mindset of, I'm going to Slinger. I don't do well there, and I think he's got to get rid of that, because I like seeing Johnny race here. He got in as a provisional one year. He didn't want to take it.
Right.
But the idea is he can race. He can find a way. He can will a way. And I think it's great that you're sponsoring him as well.
Correct. I mean, he's going to be like Ryan Farrell. He just can't qualify, but you get him in a race, he's going to race it.
Farrell's still relieved that he won. He's like he won the race already by qualifying top 16 tonight.
I think if he could have a beer right now, he would already.
We're in the Fan Midway. It's kind of hard not to think about it, right?
Right?
There's a ton of fun going on here. We enjoy racing. We enjoy our show, and much to do with a lot of great sponsors. So I'll put a big hand again for Bobby Gutneck. Bobby, thank you. Oak Creek Automotive, South 27th at Drexel and Oak Creek. Where you want to go, where the racers go. Bobby, thanks for your support.
Thank you.
And the use of your golf cart, your girlfriend Sandy coming over, helping with drivers back and forth. That's really cool to have that involvement just for us. Selfishly, thank you.
You bet, no problem. Thank
Boring
you.
Bob is in the house as well. We see other folks hopping by. We saw Max and Beth Wisniewski. Thank you guys for coming through, and we enjoy doing this show. When we come back, we're going to talk more racing with Bill Holland, who is busy racing all weekend long, and we'll get you Bill Holland's in the groove next on the Racing Roundup Show.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, RacingRoundupShow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Volansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln in West Dallas.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When your foundation is in need of repair, you need 3 things: an honest opinion, quality work, and fair prices. Call American.
Trust and dedication. That's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For 35 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emission testing, tires, and complete auto, truck, and SUV repair. From oil changes to transmission replacement. 414-761-3250 to schedule your free inspection appointment. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th in Drexel to the experts at Oak Creek Automotive.
Grassroots drag racing is open to everyone at Great Lakes Dragway in Union Grove. Make GLD your home track. Come and enjoy the show or challenge your friends to be part of the show. Bracket racing for all classes and juniors opens this weekend. Pro classes, street classes, and even bikes and sled classes. Check our website for the most updated calendar and upcoming big shows. GreatLakesDragaway.com.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Hey, welcome back to the program. We're hanging out with you at Slinger Super Speedway, home of the 45th running of the Slinger Nationals, a DeAngelis Construction Road Show presented by Oak Creek Automotive and Keith's Marina. Modified Security Solutions brings us the short track report each week. We have breaking news here at Slinger Super Speedway. Austin Nason is now the official fast qualifier for the 45th running of the Slinger Nationals. Andrew Morrissey's time has been disallowed. So Austin Nason picks up the $1,500 check, and he is now going to be the fast qualifier starting in the 12th position, or excuse me, the 13th position. Morrissey's car did not meet technical inspection after qualifying, so now Austin Nason's the fast qualifier. Here are the other cars that were really fast today in qualifying. Alex Prunty now second fast. Rich Bickle qualified third. Qualifying fourth was R.J. Braun. Ty Majeski, fifth. He'll start now seventh in their invert. Here we go. Seventh fastest, now sixth is Luke Fenhouse. Ryan Priest, the NASCAR Cup star. Levon Vandergeest, Steve Apel, Gio Ruggiero, Derek Kraus, Grant Griesbrock, Ryan Farrell, Jesse Bernhagen, John DeAngelis Jr., and now Jeremy Lepak, who tied DeAngelis for the 16th fastest time. Now they're both in the show with Morrissey's bump. So Morrissey has to run the last chance race. He's still got an opportunity to earn his way in unless technical inspection was that flagrant and they said, see ya. We don't know that word, but we do know Andrew Morrissey's time was disallowed as the fast qualifier for the Slinger Nationals. We want to thank you for joining us on the program, and I got to tell you, there's one more thing we get to do. We get to have fun each week, and Bill Holland takes us every which way to find out more about the world of motorsports. So it's really cool to have Bill here tonight covering this program. We'll see the Slinger Nationals coverage soon on a program, but we do want to thank him for his continued diligence as well. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. We're happy to be joined by Bill Holland via video this week. He's been a busy guy traveling all over Wisconsin to bring you racing and highlights from some really cool tracks and some really cool races. Let's now go in the groove with our Bill Holland in this week's program.
Hi, I'm Bill Holland in the groove at Dell's Raceway Park. It's race number 3 in the 2024 Tundra Super Late Model season, and this is the highest paying event in the history of the Tundra Series. $5,000 to the winner of the North American Cup 100, dedicated to the memory of Carl Wagner.
DRP Pro Late Model champ and current point leader Mike Litchfield won this race a year ago.
A Tundra race is huge. I mean, that means a ton to our family with our history with it. And then secondly, with it being a Carl Wagner Memorial, that means a ton too. As good of friends as my dad was with Carl, and how much they've helped us out in our career.
While his brother led on the last lap, Steve Litchfield led the most laps in last year's race.
It was a heartbreaker, you know. If I didn't have a winning car, I at least had a podium car, but, you know, hopefully we can turn the luck around tonight.
2022 Tundra champion Justin Mondyke tops the series point standings, coming off a Tundra feature win at Marshfield in June.
If you don't qualify the best or you miss the invert, then you got to go pretty hard right away. But if you get a decent starting spot, then you try to get out front and ride a little bit and save what you can for late in the race.
State Park Speedway champ Brock Heinrich sits second in Tundra points with a pair of podium finishes.
We've got work to do if we're going to want to come out of here as a winner and keep that or maintain that solid place in the points that we have right now as well. So this is our make or break track.
Third in Tundra points, 15-year-old Ty Fredrickson, who won the series opener at Wisconsin International Raceway in May and the Dells opener back in April.
The races are definitely fun here. You're always racing somebody. You're always side by side here. This place puts on a great show, and hopefully it'll be another good one tonight.
In qualifying, it's four-time Tundra champion Dalton Zier with fast time in the 119 car.
We won this race once before, a few years ago. It's a big race. It's a good race for me. Carl Wagner has built my engines for a lot of years, and it'd be a big deal to win one again.
Our first race of the night is the Fast 5 Dash, the 5 fastest qualifiers racing for 5 laps. Up front, it's a pair of young Minnesota drivers, Ty Fredrickson in the 36, Tristan Swanson in the 91. These two are no strangers to each other. At the checkers, it's Swanson, a graduate of Legend Cars and the Midwest Truck Series, taking the checkers.
I think we're backtracking just a little bit with our sticker tires with qualifying. We're driving, it's just handling a little bit different from where we were in practice, but I think I got a change of mind that hopefully will be better for the race.
Points are on the line in the Tundra heat races. With 25 entries, 10 cars take the green flag in each heat. In the first, it's the 17 of Kowicki driver development racer Max Kaler out front. The former national short track champion won the UMA Super Late Model crown here a year ago.
They make small changes and they make a big difference on the racetrack, so it's really just taking the setup that we had last year and just tuning on it a little bit here and there, making it better every week.
In the second heat, former Tundra champion Justin Mondyke's out front in the 44 car. The owner of 3 straight State Park Speedway championships and 6 Super Late Model track titles in all, first to the checkers.
Overall, I think it's been a good year. I mean, overall, we had 3 wins last year. We have 3 wins this year so far. Halfway through the year, so I mean, it's been a better year this year.
Before the Super Late Model feature, the Dell Sportsmen take to the oval for their main event. Tommy Moore in the 2 and Mike Krieger in the 34 car on the front row as we go through turns 1 and 2 on lap number 1. And trouble in turn 4. Henry Vian in the 39 going around. Caution is out. Back to green flag racing, and we're going 3 wide on the front stretch. Contact between Moore and Krieger in front of the field. Krieger's 34 into the 15 of Andrew Borntrager. He spins into the infield. And Bobby gears hard into the wall. The Northern Illinois driver getting the worst of this one. We'll restart with Chad Smith in the 82 and Dave Trout in the 2 car on the front row. Trout looking strong on the high side. He'll take over the lead. One of the best battles on the racetrack is the fight for 3rd place. Darren Sallow in the 6. Andrew Borntrager coming back strong after that early spin. Up front, it's Dave Trout, first to the checkered flag.
It's not something you can do by yourself, so I'm very blessed to have the people helping me that I do. And we're catching up to Dick Strickle's record, so it's going to get hopefully exciting here.
In the 602 Outlaw Late Model feature, it's Bobby Trzynski Jr. in the white 51 and Stephen Schultz in the yellow 45 on the front row for the first of 35 laps. Bobby T making his debut in this class. Behind the leader, John Lemke goes around in the 71 car. Larry Johnson spins in the 20. Kenny Storkson's 54 and Mason Hillenbrand also involved. Mike Hansen taking his 19 car off the track with damage. Back to green flag racing. And Charlie Bates in the white 34 with a lot of body damage to that race car. Up front, Schultz has led all the way. He's trying to hold off Brad Worthen in the 22 and Dennis Prunty in the 42. Worthen makes the pass, taking over the lead. Brad Worthen, the veteran out of Sparta, Wisconsin, holding off Prunty, who leads the 602 Outlaw point standings. At the checkers, it's Brad Worthen winning his third Outlaw feature in a row.
I went 5 years without winning a feature from 2019 in a sportsman car, and my last feature win was at Golden Sands, and now all of a sudden it's 3 in a row with this thing, and I couldn't be more excited. This is one of the best cars I've ever driven.
Wausau's Jevin Goralski in the 20 and Slinger's Nick Egan lead the field to green in the North American Cup 100, dedicated to the memory of Carl Wagner. Goralski leads, but he's got pressure from Ty Fredrickson, who makes the move to take the spot. Mitch Haber third in the 7 car. And we're under caution 9 laps in. Fredrickson's gone around in front of the field. Goralski takes responsibility, giving the leader his spot back. Back to green, with Brent Edmonds in the 87, Ty Fredrickson and Mike Litchfield in the 44 setting the pace. Litchfield makes contact with the 87. Fredrickson takes advantage and puts the 36 car back out front. It's Ty Fredrickson, Fast Dash winner Tristan Swanson in the 91, and defending race champion Mike Litchfield. Fredrickson and Swanson both second-generation racers. Their fathers both past champions at Elko Speedway. Swanson closing and making his move to take over the lead. Late in the going, our leaders have lapped more than half the field, and no one's catching 20-year-old Tristan Swanson, who just won the biggest race of his young career.
First big super late win, and it's just a dream come true, and so surreal just to do it in front of a huge crowd like this, and what an awesome series Matt puts on. I screwed up a little bit last week at the Dairyland race by accidentally spinning the 36 out, so just remember to keep calm, and I knew the moment would come, and luckily it did.
Tristan Swanson's a past champion of the Midwest Truck Series, and before that had a lot of success racing legend cars. But this is by far the biggest win of his young career. I'm Bill Holland. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who makes this program possible. We'll see you next time we go in the groove on the Racing Roundup Show.
Thanks, Bill Holland. I hope you know the passion we have for motorsports comes through every Saturday at 11:30 on CW18. Thanks for joining us this week on our show. We have a blast at Slinger Super Speedway. We have a blast bringing you race drivers and personalities from across the world of motorsports every Tuesday for our live shows. You can find our schedule at racingroundupshow.com. You can also join us next Saturday on CW18 Milwaukee. I want to thank our guests, Jesse Bernhagen, Levan Vandergeest, and Ryan Farrell. They're racing in a big way for a big check. We also want to thank Luke Fenhouse for joining us. Luke's an up-and-coming driver from Wausau, racing in NASCAR. We hope you got a chance to see him race across the disciplines, and you said, hey, I saw him on that show. Let's go watch him race in person. Thanks for joining us on this week's show. We'll catch you next time. Have at it, racers.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Remember to tell your friends and watch our 30-minute TV show on Milwaukee's CW18 this Saturday morning at 11:30. Like our show on Facebook, follow and interact with us on X and Instagram at Racing Roundup. Join the racing crowd at our live show and win prizes. For our latest show schedule and to watch all of our shows on demand, visit our website, racingroundupshow.com. We are delivering fresh content every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Until next time, race fans, on behalf of our entire crew, this is Dean Strom reminding you to support your local racetracks, set your DVRs, have at it, racers.